Hello, everyone. My name is Heather Aston, and this is my channel, TT's Trinkets and Treasures. This is your first time tuning in. Thank you. I'm glad that you found me, and I hope that you're glad you found me as well. If you're a returning viewer, thank you for your continued support. It is greatly appreciated. I hope that however you came my way, that if you liked the video, find it informative and or entertaining enough for you to put a like or leave a comment. If you're not already a subscriber, if you um, would like to subscribe, you can change your notifications to all so you never miss the release of one of my videos again. All right, today we are back at baby project. So this is a teething ring. I'm going to show you a couple of different ways to do it. These can also be used to make wristlets very easily. You literally will just attach some kind of ring onto it that you can then hang keys from. Perfect gift for teachers, your girlfriends, whatever. So let's go ahead and go down to the mat and see what it is that we will be working with today. Okay, before we get started, I do want to say one thing. All of the silicone beads that I use in baby products are BPA free and food grade silicone. So they have to be able to withstand over 500 degrees of heat, like an oven, for a prolonged time. So when I go to melt the cord at the end of my knots when I'm finished, you can't even tell that I just had a lighter right up to it because it is made to withstand those heats. So we will go over all of that. Now, when it comes to cording, there are a couple of different options you can get, and I have used both. So there's 1 millimeter, there's 1.5, there's two, there's 2.5, all of those things. The company Conmay, Konmay, are my preferred cording because they have like a set. This came in a set of a ton of different colors all at once for a very reasonable price. In fact, I literally just sent the link to my a friend of mine, so let me pull it up real quick and I'll tell you exactly how much it is. It is so for 25 colors, 575 yards. For the 1 millimeter, it's $22.99. If you go to the 1.5, it's 19 or it's $20. The 2 millimeter for the mixed, I don't know how this is, not quite as much, obviously. Cord, it's $11.99. Just so you know, you can also buy specific cords individually. So I'll make sure to drop that link in the description below the video so that you know where to get the cord. Okay, regardless of what cord it is I use, I do a very secure knot that I will teach at the end. And then I pull the knot inside one of the larger beads like this. And there are times I have to call Steve to come and do it for me because it is that hard to get the knot inside the bead. And unlike when you're hiding a knot on like a stretch bracelet, it does not pull right out the other side, even when you're pulling it with all your might. It's difficult to get in there. Therefore, the chances of a child being able to pull it apart and then damage the cording inside, I don't think that it would be possible. And I will tell you that I do not make or demonstrate products that I would not be willing to give to my own granddaughter. Because safety is first and foremost. Again, BPA food grade silicone beads from the US. All right. So this is what we're going to be making tonight. It is big enough that it's not too tight on the baby's wrists, small enough that they can't put it over their head. So I believe that this is, I think it's 4.5 to 5. And of course, now I don't have my ruler right here, but you want it's about the size of my palm. You can make it a little bit bigger. You can make it a little bit smaller. Just don't make it something that they can like roll up and hurt themselves. This can go all the way up to their elbow or their shoulder and they'd be just fine. Like I said, also it's a good size for a wristlet that you can just slide onto your wrist quite easily. And I can't believe I didn't think to do this. Let me grab my something falls on the ground because I wasn't planning on doing this. Okay, so on the bracelet mandrel, it is right at 8 inches. So 8 inches is an 8-inch ring is a good size for the reasons I already discussed. Now, this one, this is one of the teasers that we're going to be making, or we're making one like this. Sorry. I just wanted to show this one first because a lot of people may or may not know the gender of the baby yet. It being a secret is becoming more common now than it was when I was pregnant, when everybody just wanted to find out right away. So, and then all I did was I color blocked it in a way that the quote unquote masculine colors are across from each other and the feminine colors are opposite each other. It's not like the green, the blue, then the pink and the purple. And then I have these mixed colored shapes that these little hexagons, I think they are, that have all 4 of the colors on them. So that's a good thing. Also, what I would tell you is if you want to do this, unless you're going, even if you're going to be making a bunch of them, I would recommend buying kits that are already on there that have anywhere from 4 to 8 focal beads. And when I say focal beads, I mean like this little strawberry. And then coordinating colored beads they come in. And the reason I'm telling you this is because this is 3 colors of blue. I also have this blue and several other shades of blue from, I have very, very light baby blue. They run the gamut. So it is best to, when you're first starting out at least, to make sure that you buy the kits because the beads will already coordinate nicely. So just wanted to say that. Save you a little bit of time and a little money. Those also are not expensive. Like I said, you can make anywhere from 4 to 8 wristlets unless you double them up, or you can also make it, you could also have enough to like hang one, do a teether, whatever, you're covered for a while. Okay, so you can see these are good. I showed how to do this tool yesterday, and this is simply just a vice pin that I tightened some 26 gauge wire folded in half. And I have about, that's 4. I have about 5.5, 6 inches of play for which I could string my beads on. Then you put the cord in the top of it and pull them all through. Even with the 2mm cording, as long, I have found that as long as you use a lighter to the end so that it does not fray, just that little bit is strong enough for you to go ahead and start stringing your beads on. So it's not necessary to use this tool, but if you're finding it fiddly or whatever else, the other option is to feed all of your beads onto this wire. If it doesn't pull out, like it just sit on me. I had a really good connection with one of them. I showed how you could use it to make twisted wire. So yeah, I just threw this together before so I could show it to you. But again, like I said, it's not necessary. So we are going to make one with this kind of silicone bead. Also, guys, these beads pick up everything. There's a dust particle or a or dog fur or whatever else in the vicinity, you're going to need, it's going to get stuck to these. So what I do is I keep all of mine in airtight containers like this. Just having it out long enough to make this does it. I do my best. But just saying that, sorry, I was trying to count my beads and talk at the same time. And apparently that's not a skill I have anymore. But anyway, so if what I do at the end is I go through and I wash them in the sink with some dish soap, rinse them off very, very well, and then I put them in a package that is closed so there's nothing on there. So if you see a little bit of furfetti, it will not be there when it goes out to my clients. Okay, so what I like to do is start with the focal bead, and then we're just going to go from there. And I'm going to do, you can either do all of the colors by like going just the yellow, the teal, the purple, and the pink, and then maybe add some lentil beads to it. Here's the thing though, because you're still, if the baby chews on one like this, it's their teeth are still going to get massaged. They just won't get as massaged as where the lentil beads are, where their gums are actually able to slide in between the two beads. But this would be very cute to just do over and over. Put a loop at the top in order to hang this from your child's car seat, and you're good to go. I like to put a piece or a lentil bead, a lentil bead in between each bead just so that it's, I don't know, I just like that. You could also color block it like I did the other one in the order of the colors on your whatever your focal is. And you don't have to have a focal at all. You saw I did not have a focal on this one, and it's still just as good. But also, if people come up to your booth at a craft fair or whatever else, you should have a sign somewhere that says personalized, if you decide you're going to do personalized, that is personalized feathers available. And that way they know that if they wanted to, you can make them a personalized one either for their own baby or as a gift. And that is where you're going to make more money. These beads are not that expensive, you guys. Here, I'm gonna look up the kit. Let's say cow keeping silicone bead set. Okay. So here's a cow one. And let me see here. Let me go to how many there are. There are 2 different options for the focal bead. Let me see if I can just, I don't know if you'll be able to see that or not. So there's this cow focal or that cow focal. It comes with the black and white print. I don't know if you can see this. And you get 4 of those. You get 3 of the hexagon 3, so on and so forth. There's lentil beads, different size round beads, everything else. So you can literally just get exactly what it is that you're looking for. Or if you decide to do it more often, then you can buy different sets that of focal beads and then buy coordinating beads. But like I said, when you're starting out, this is a good bet because you know that the beads have been coordinated to match. And these sets are, so like this one right here that has 76 pieces and it comes with 4 of the larger cow beads and 4 of the flower beads. So this is one where you could have 8 focals if you wanted to do short ones. And then it comes with all the coordinating beads down below, and it is $8. So they're inexpensive. So even if you only make 4 because you want to use the flowers across from the cow, 4, that's $8. You can charge $8 for each wristlet easily. Easily. These are quick and easy way. Just please make sure that the products that you buy say BPA free, food grade silicone, all of that, so that you know that whatever you have at your craft table and that is going out, that you want it to be safe. The pacifier clips that I buy, all made in the USA, therefore they're certified before they're ever sold to me. And then I just macrame on them. Now, if I were to try to put like glue a clippy on the back of one of these, then yes, that would need to be certified by the government. But as I'm not doing that, it's not needed, and because it's already been done. So yeah. So you can see how quick and easy these are to do. The hardest part, like I said, is when I go to knot. So I'm going to pull this down so I'm not using as much cord on this end. And I'm going to start by just doing the first part of an overhand knot. And I'm going to pull really tight. And then I'm going to come through and I'm going to do a surgeon's knot. I need a little bit more cord than that. Let me give myself a little bit more room just so that I can show you. And I could very easily use the 1 millimeter on this and it would still be as secure, but I'm going to show you with the 2 millimeter just so you can see. Like I said, I pull it tight. Then I do a surgeon's knot. I make sure this is still pulled tight there, and then I pull the surgeon's knot tight. Now, this would be fine for most people. For me, not quite. So I'm going to go underneath, pass them back up and around, and I'm going to do one more surgeon's knot, even though this is probably going to require Steve to come in and help me with this. I'm going to grab 2 pairs of pliers. Where did my other pliers go? Oh, there it is. Sorry about that. Grab my other pliers, and I'm going to pull as tight as I can. Okay, that's now done. So we are going to cut the cord down. I'm going to show you, because if you don't have the same result as this, you're probably not using the quote unquote good stuff. Okay, I'm going to burn that in, melt that down into itself. And then I'm going to do the other side, and you can see there's no discoloration on that silicone whatsoever. And that's because these could go into a 500-degree oven and withstand the heat just fine. Now, here's the hard part, guys. Getting this big, secure knot inside the rainbow. And it's not the same as like, oh, a stretch bracelet. It's so hard to get in and it's going to slide right back out. It's not going to slide right back out as soon as I get in there. Like I said, sometimes I have to have Steve come help me. This might be one where he has to come help me. I put it next. Nope, I got it. Okay. I'm glad I was able to show you that because I want you to see just how difficult it was for me to get that huge knot inside this bead. The cord did not break, even though I was pulling with all of my might. You can see it's all red and a little dented in on both sides because it was that difficult to get it up and inside the rainbow bead. The good news is that it kind of puffs up your focal bead a little bit. Like it gave the strawberry a little Buddha belly that it didn't have before I put the knot in there. But I just want to ensure that you guys know that this is like, if I want to give this to my granddaughter, I would not be demonstrating this. I would not be telling you that this is a great option to have in on your craft fair table. I would not. I promise. So yes, so there's that. Now we are going to go ahead and I'm going to show you one that could be that we're going to make into a wristlet or a keychain. Again, just kind of melt the end. It just makes the very end of it a little bit harder. Therefore, when I go to push it into a bead, it's not, it goes through quickly. Okay, so we're going to use another little rainbow. I think these would be perfect for like a back to school teacher gift. And then I'm going to show you one other one if we have time to do so. And the teal. Okay, let's see here. I have an extra green. I have a red. Do I have the orange? I don't have the orange or the teal right here. Okay, so we're just gonna stick with this. Now on this one, I think we're gonna do some color blocking with this one. So again, I'm gonna put my focal bead on first. That way, when I go to knot, I have this wider opening. You can see that opening is much wider than the bead hole is. So we're going to pull this down. I'm going to move all this out of my way so that you guys can see and my camera can focus. And if you guys wouldn't mind telling me whether or not this is too bright and it doesn't show up, because on my computer it looks really bright, but during the live last night you all said that it looked just fine. So I'm like, okay, so we're going to start with the teal color, which is the bottom color right there. And we're going to put, I bet I dropped the other, I bet I dropped the other bead because this isn't even the same color. That is most definitely a different blue. Hold on one second while I grab the other ones. Hello, everyone. Okay, I found the one that I dropped. So, oh wait, did I forget to grab the white lentil beads? They were right here. No, they're right here. Hello. Okay, so we're going to color block these like so. Trying to decide, should we put lentil bead in between each one? No, I just want to do like 2 or 3 of the lentil beads in between each color. I have a massive case of the drops. That's one of the reasons. There's little bits of this and that on these. 2? I think I like 2. Right? No, that's too many. 2 works. Sorry, guys. The creative process happening live before you now. There we go. I knocked over this whole container of lentil beads earlier while I was designing. So that's why I gave a little caveat about the furfetti possibly. You all know that at least one of my babies are in here. Typically there's 3 of them in here. Okay. And there's nothing saying that this is not a gender neutral design. It absolutely can be. I don't think any of these colors would be mistaken for, come on, would be mistaken for like solely a boy color. But again, this could be a great gender neutral project. Easy peasy. We're not going to put any lentils between the red bead and the. Should I have done these backwards? I'm going to turn this around. I might need to turn that around. Let's see. Yeah, do I want the color of the rainbow matching up to the end or backwards? Okay, that's backwards. We'll turn this around the other way. I think I like that. Asymmetrical would have been cool, but I have a hard time with it. I did my first converter and a symmetric design all in one. It was quite fun. You'll have to check it out. Okay, so we're just going to do the same thing with this. We're going to pull it tight, really tight, and then we're going to do a surgeon's knot. And before we pull that tight, we will again pull these strings tight and pull that down into place. And then we will tuck it under and back. Actually, let's go this way. That seems to be the way the cords want to go. So we'll take that. Yeah, that was better. And then we'll do another surgeon's knot right here. Grab my pliers for both ends. 1 and 2. And this one is a bit smaller than the last one, just a bit. Only because I don't know, we should have had the same number of, why does that not, like holding on? Okay, there we go. This one is a bit smaller. It still is big enough. But this would be good for an elementary school teacher as well, I feel like. I love doing, like, my nieces have like a Christmas thing and they have a fall festival, and I love selling at those because teachers are very creative, and I don't know. It's like they get to have fun longer because they get to be in the kids stage regardless. Okay, let's see if my fan's gonna let me show you how to do this. So I melt it, pressed it into itself. Then on the other side, you can see it didn't even discolor the silicone because the silicone is made to withstand at least 500 degrees. Push it in. Okay, and now we are going to top. We're not going to pull this into the rainbow, but I'm not gonna lie. If it doesn't go quickly, I may have Steve do this one for me in a bit. Yeah, I'm gonna need him to do it. Yeah, I'm gonna need him to pull that one in, but I will have him do so for me. Mostly because my elbow hurts from pulling things very tightly. Okay, so now we are going to do one that is solely meant to be for a teacher instead of using the typical key ring. I like this textured silver ring that they can then connect small, large, whatever to, but this will make it a wristlet. Clear and easy to decipher from. Where did I put my little container that I figured? And because this one is specifically a wristlet, we're going to introduce some wooden beads too. They are honeycomb beads. And we're going to do a little cactus. You know, I'm an Arizona girl. What can I say? Let's melt the end of this. See, if you just kind of roll the end, it gets harder. Not like really hard, just enough that when you go to push it into the silicone bead, and now it's going to make a liar out of me. Oh no, it's going. This is a really long bead. Okay, now we just need to figure out how we want to do this. Do I want to do wood after each one? Let's see, this hole is a little clogged. Xeron pliers are great for so many things, including clearing wooden beads. Are there any more that need to be cleared? I thought I got them all before I started, but I missed that one. Yes, they're all good now. Okay. So I'm wondering, here's what I'm thinking. I want to do something like a pattern of some sort. I don't know if we do like this. Could be cute, like that. And then when we get like on the other side of this, that's where I want the pink heart to be. So we just gotta figure out how we're gonna do that. Are we gonna start with wood on the inside, outside, or are we just gonna leave wood on the inside? I think I actually like that. I shouldn't say that like that. Yes, I think I like that. All right, so let's go. Larger pink bead, wood bead, small green bead, wood bead, and then pink. And then we need to decide how we're going to like, what are we going to put in between our groupings? Are we just going to keep going? Wood, green, wood, or wood, and then pink again? That's what I'm trying to decipher, how we want to do that. I do have some pearl ones that we could use, but they are the same size as the pink. So it's not a big. I feel like if these were smaller or bigger, this could be cute, but nope. Okay, so how are we going to decipher? Because I don't want. I have some cream lentils that we could in my little overflow box that has a little bit of everything in it. Let's see. Maybe we will just use the lentil beads in between. I think that's going to be the move. If I need anything else, oh, I've got a couple more wood beads in here. Pull out just in case I need them. I don't know if I will or not yet, but I'm going to pull them out. Again, this would be an amazing, like, I have some large hole pearls right here. Do we put some large hole pearls on it? Let's see. Large hole pearls or wood beads? Because these are large hole pearls, but they are smaller. Don't drop that, Heather. Sorry about that. Oh, that is not one with a large hole. This one is. So I might not have. Picking up peach ones. That could be cute, but I think I want to do lentils so that it's not just all round. So we'll just go ahead and put that like that. And then we'll do our little pattern again. And like I said, because this is specifically designed to be a wristlet, you could add wood. There are teething elements out there where people use wood and they use like softer wood, but they would need to be sealed with either beeswax or something of that nature. But that's something I'm going to leave with you to do your own research on, please. Like I said, this is for a teacher. Oh, this is where we should be putting the heart, I think. This is for a teacher. It's made to be a wristlet, so it's not meant to go in a baby's mouth, even though this is a baby item video. You know what I want to do? I think I want to. I hope I'm not messing this up entirely. I think I want to go green, heart, green, and then another lentil. All right, this is going to be too long. Because I think that what I want to do is I want to do this one more time. I need at least one more lentil. I'm sure I have it right here because the cream ones are like my favorite. You know. All right, let's see here. So then we would need to go back. Oh, I need the itty bitty greens. That's what I needed. I need one more, I think. Maybe two. Sage green itty bitty. I'm sorry, I thought I had everything told. But then my creativity, drops things, messes things up, all of that. Trying to see where I found those little sage green things are. So, I would need at least, I think if I just put, if I go that green, that pink, I think will be, this isn't quite how I had originally envisioned it. So I could always take these up and put this up in place of this. I might end up doing that just so instead of going on the hunt for something else, I can just go with my original design, which I think was very pretty. We can still go ahead and do the lentil bead afterwards and go right back in. I even have another heart if I wanted to, but we're going to go right back into the same little. I also have these beautiful dark pink ones that I like that would have been really good with this, but I wanted to stick with the green. Oh, wood, green, wood. Green, wood. So, do I want to do another pass or not? This is going to be kind of a small wristlet if I do it this size. So I'm thinking I have one more green, so I should be okay to just go ahead and do a whole. Another pass, and then that heart will, in fact, be in the center. So, pink, wood, am I on screen? Yes, good. Green, wood, and pink. There we go. It's kind of a big wristlet, but I think that's okay in this instance. No, it's actually not that big. Okay. I do want to kind of try to avoid this part, so I'm going to do to where the knot won't hide in there. I'm trying to see some of these, one hole is larger than the other. This one, that does not appear to be the case. I want it facing the same way as the heart. So the heart's not upside down because that's just bad juju. Okay, it doesn't want to go in there. So we want it to go this way. I'll put this back through. We're going to go through. We're going to knot, pull tight, 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 tight. Surgeon's knot. Make sure it's still tight before you pull the surgeon's knot and pull it down. Now, because this is a baby, this is not for a baby, this is for an adult who'd like to be able to put their keys on it. Hold on. Let's see if I can get this knot undone. Well, it's a good thing I undid the knot because I didn't get it very tight, apparently. Okay, we will fix that as well. I forgot to put the ring on, the whole point of this. I'm just trying to think if I think that it would be prettier with gold. Do I want a gold one or do I like the silver? I like the silver, I think. Okay, we're going to do this again. And we're going to do it right this time. Not, and then we're going to go over, under, once, and twice. Okay, that's much better. I did not have that little, what I call the H of the knot before. That shows that it's really tight. Also, because this isn't for a baby, you could glue this knot if you wanted to. I don't think it would be necessary, but of course, obviously, that's a personal choice that you can make because you are an adult and the maker of. Just know to be very careful when melting this silicone and pushing it into itself. Don't do it with your finger at the first pass. If you go in after you pushed in with this, that's giving it time to like cool down a little bit, but it is see, even with just the one knot, it's hard to pull in. But our little cactus got a Buddha belly now too. I hope you guys can see this. It is so bright on my screen. I'm going to have to go back and look at this or put it up privately and then see if it's good. But there we go, guys. You can see we have made quite a few. Oh, one more. There's one more I want to do. Sorry. Because this is good for baby. It's educational. I am going to use this cording because I am either out of the white or I just don't know where it is. I just don't know where it is because I know I have a huge spool of it. It was actually annoying when I couldn't find it. Okay, so we are going to use the blue sloth. We're actually going to use two of them because we are going to make this so that they can go through. And then I'm going to show you how to give them something so they can knot this and or hang it from the car seat handle and then take that off when they're not in the car if they don't plan on leaving it in the car permanently or on the car seat permanently. Yeah, my daughter, unless it's a restaurant, my daughter doesn't take her baby. Like, she leaves the car seat, stays in the car for her. So even if baby's sleeping, she picks him up. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to obviously add this at some point, and that's where our knot will hide, is inside the baby one. So we're just going to go back and forth with this blue, this beautiful dark blue, because it's the same color family. You see, they blend really well. But I also had baby blue ones, but they're more like periwinkle. And I was going to alternate, but I couldn't. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go big lentil, small lentil, big. Then we're going to do two lentils. And then we're going to go small lentil, big lentil, small. We're just going to reverse it. And we're going to go back. We're going to do that a couple times. And then obviously we're going to put the baby sloth on at some point. It doesn't have to quote unquote go in the middle because obviously, like, it's not the way it works. Now I'm thinking, should I put white lentils here? Or will that mess it up? Let's see if I like white lentils instead. Right there. And then I can keep the gray. This might just like brighten it up a little bit. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. Okay, so we're going to put 2 of those. Then we're going to put small. That way you can see the break. And it'll be more apparent. And small. And like I say, we are going to put the baby slots on at some point. There really is not going to be a middle because it's going to go through the ring. So it doesn't matter where it gets added as long as it's like not in the middle of, well, I could be in the middle of the pattern even, but that was not my original plan. So let me see. I think I may or may not want 4 repeats. These bigger beads are just that. They're bigger. So I'm trying to decipher if, like, am I going to put the sloth right here? Like do 2 sloth 2? I think that's what I'm going to do. I think. Anyways, we will see once we put this on. Because it's moving, that's why there is no like middle. It doesn't matter where the sloth goes. Just as long as when we put this through the hole right there, that it works out. I think this is what we're gonna do because look, it's even we're on the larger of both, so that works. But I want the knot where the sloth is, so we're going to come and put 2 lentils on this side so that I can hide the knot easier inside the sloth. Okay, so isn't that cute? These came separately, so I don't have this color, but I love the darker version of this color. It's like probably one of my favorites of all of the different things we have. Then we're just going to feed our sloth onto the other part, and we're going to make a mess of knots. Okay, so 1, because, and you'll see that even though this is thinner cord, does not make the knot any easier to go through. Plus, this teaches spatial reasoning when they realize that it can go through. And like the baby sloth isn't, please tell me I put that on. Yes, I did. It's like, please tell me I did not put that poor sloth on upside down. I did actually put the sloth on upside down from that end, but when it goes through there, then it's okay. So, darn it. Do I leave it like this? I think I have to leave it like that, right? Because even if I were to unknot this, which could be a pain, I'd have to restring. I'd rather restring than try to unknot this. I think it's okay. So I'm going to do one more pass, but I'm going to go the opposite way. Right? Yes. I'm sorry. It is 7 p.m. I have been a baby toy maker extraordinaire all day. So I'm like at the end of my like good energy time because it's just been so much. So you can see I still do a whole host of knots that then get pulled tight to go inside. And I'll show you. Okay. let us cut and melt, and then I will show you what I'm going to do. So you can either call this an add-on, which if you were gonna call it an add-on, you would need to put like some more beads, I feel. I'll show you what I mean just now in just a second. As soon as I get this big old hunk of knot inside our baby sloth, there we go. I think it's the right way. He's the right. He's cute. Little mama and her baby. And you can see baby will learn that these can go through. The baby sloth takes a little bit more doing, which you just have to have it at the right angle and it goes through easily. But these leaves up here are going to provide a challenge. They're going to have to figure out how to make it go through there. So there. Now, say a mother wanted to hang this from the baby's car seat so that the baby does not lose this as she's driving and throw a complete and total hissy fit, right? Okay. So we're going to cut a length of cord. It's probably 2.5 feet long. Now you could do just about any kind of knot right here. I'm going to go ahead and do a barrel knot because I like the way it looks and it'll be really, really secure. So, oh, that one needs to be on top. There we go. So we're just going to put our barrel knot tube there. We're going to wrap around 3, or you could even go 4 times, as this is like thinner cord. I think 3 is good enough. And we're going to go ahead and go down through the barrel knot tube. Hold on to our knot as we release that. Pull it through. And no, don't do that. Again, I'm going to grab onto it and pull with all my might. I was trying to do it from here. I just lost length, as you guys see. Okay. Nice, neat little barrel knot. Cut off. Melt. I really did not mean to do that. So I really did not mean to waste all this cord. But I cut a lot to begin with, so it's okay. It's not the end of the world. I just like the way the barrel knot looks in this application. It keeps it like all nice and neat. Good to go. This one did not finish burning. It still has fringe. And I want that all the way down and pushed in. Okay, so you have this, right? You have this little loop that has a little knot on it. How do they hang it? Well, you're going to tell them to take this and put it through the hole in the top of the sloth. If you don't have dexterity issues like me. And then you're going to put a lark's head knot. Then you're going to use this to put a lark's head knot around the toy and onto the car seat. Lickety splickety. And then it will hang down. Sorry, didn't mean to hit the camera. It's that long. It will hang down and the baby can play with it without throwing it on the floor and having a fit. Then when they get home, because you're not, leave this in the back of your seat or something, because you do not want the baby chewing on this, and this knot is not secure. Comes right off. So you're going to need to take this off. But that is a way that you can attach it to a car seat. There you go, guys. You got a couple of different teething toys ideas. You have a wristlet. Any of these can be wristlets. But you have an actual, this one was made specifically to be a wristlet. You've got this one that has the added learning plot on it. And it's just Oh, it's adorable. I think it's cute. So, guys, I hope that you liked this. I hope that you enjoyed it, that you learned something, and this is the skill that you can put into items for either gifts to take to a craft fair and sell, whichever it is that you would like. But that's all for me. So, as always, happy beading.